Welcome back to Footballology. This is literally my favorite time of the year because we get to see what teams have done in off season, and not only just from bringing in superstar names or big name players. No, we're talking about draft picks. We're talking about 1 year prove a deal contract, free agent guys. We're talking about all the little guys, the other guys. You know how we do on our channel. We talk about the other guys, and so I'm so excited that this preseason is here because we have so many quarterbacks in it, and just everything is just it's perfect. Now, as you guys know, around this time of year, the one thing that's always said is it's only preseason, so don't get too hype. And I've said that to people, and people have said that to me. So that's how we're going to base this video. It's only preseason, but all the rookie quarterbacks came out and showed up and showed out, in my personal opinion. Justin Fields included. I feel like he's definitely rookie of the week. But Justin Fields definitely led the pack in these rookie quarterbacks, but they all played well. Well enough to the point where you could say, okay, they deserve to be in that big conversation that they were in. Now Zach Wilson's the one I'm still holding my breath on, but Justin Fields, honestly, I'm not gonna say surprised me, but definitely came out and showed his thing. Trevor Lawrence definitely had some adversity in the early parts of his game that he then overcame. I think that was really clutch by him, and I think that's only gonna take time. And like it's I think it was a combination of getting to understand the game, but then at the same time, just that week one nerves. Like this is different. I'm in the pros now. I'm getting paid to do this, and so it's a different taste and it's a different vibe. So I definitely understand that week one nerves and the week one butterflies and jitters that they may have had, and that's what it seemed like more, and especially with Mac Jones. I think with Mac Jones, he might end up being a starter week two, week three. Like it's literally around the corner for Mac Jones to be a starter. It's only preseason, but the Miami Dolphins look to still not have any. They look to still not have an identity on offense. Like that didn't want to come out. I I said this in their offseason grade is that I feel like they need a running back. They need to go out and they need to address the running back position. I know they came out and said they're willing to do a running back by committee, and that's cool and all. But even some of the best running back by committees, and the one that always comes to mind, the one that I always go back to, is the New York Giants. The New York Giants had a three-headed beast in the backfield, but we knew that when it came to clutch time, Brandon Jacobs was probably 9 times out of 10 going to be the go-to guy. And so I think that the Miami Dolphins need to go out. I don't think the guys on their roster currently, and there's so many available running backs out there that I feel like teams are willing to, let go for maybe some peanuts. I don't know. Some teams be like, oh, I see you desperate for a running back, and they might want to upcharge on it. But I think that if you're the Miami Dolphins, you got to go do something for the running back position because I think at this point people are just going to start cracking down on the pass and forcing you to run because they're not threatened by it, and end up stopping that in the long run anyway. So it's like just don't do that to yourself if you're Miami. Go get a guy. I'm not saying somebody dangerous or anything like that, but get a guy that's going to be a little bit more of a threat to the defense because I don't think that they have that threatening guy on their on their offense currently. It's only preseason, but Bryce Perkins for the Rams quarterback actually looked interesting. Now, in their situation with the Rams, they have Matthew Stafford, so I know they're like, maybe, but they still need a young quarterback. Matthew Stafford's no spring chicken, so eventually Matthew Stafford's going to wind up retiring, end up getting traded, whatever the case may be. You want to have a young quarterback in place that you feel like can run your system. Now, same thing I've said about the about the Niners in the past. You want your in that system specifically, you want your quarterback to have some level of mobility. Perkins showed that he had some kind of mobility to his game. He wasn't a statue where I think Matthew Stafford is going to wind up being. But if Perkins is that guy, hopefully we get to see him in week two a little bit more, which I think we will. I think he's probably going to get a whole game plan scripted around him, which is going to be really cool. But we're going to know for sure if Perkins is something special or if it was just a kind of like, it's only preseason thing. It's only preseason, but PJ Walker also looked the part in Carolina. Now, this situation is even more interesting because we already penciled in Sam Darnold as a starter, but there could be a quarterback competition here. PJ Walker came out and looked like he fit into offense more. He looked a little bit more comfortable than the last time we seen him in the regular season. And so this could be something that we can start to kind of hang our hat on because now let's say, for instance, he goes back in camp or they go back into practice and PJ Walker shows up a little bit more. Now, Sam Darnold is a high pick. They traded for him, all that. It's all cute and everything, but PJ Walker is the guy that could possibly run this offense and give it some life. Then that's probably where Matt Rule will wind up going, which is going to be even more interesting because everybody just assumed it was Sam Darnold. And so if PJ Walker winds up earning the job, I think that's awesome. He came over from the XFL, and then now he's getting that comfortable. Like, and that's what it's all about. It's always about comfortability and being comfortable within the system. And it seems like that's what he was when he was playing. It's only preseason, but the Denver Broncos looked kind of dangerous. Like, now they came out and they did their thing. Drew Lock looked like he played the part. He looked like he's like, hey, this is my position, this is my job. Get up off my back. I know what I said, and I know what I'm going to do, and I know what I'm capable of. And they came out and they were lighting it up. I know it's only preseason, but damn it, if Drew Lock can play that level, and we've seen him play at this level before, it's the consistency part that we're worried about. But if he can play at this level at a consistent pace, watch out NFL, because this Denver Broncos roster is completely loaded from top to bottom, and that's all they're really missing is that quarterback play at a consistent level. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Drew Lock can continue at that pace. It's only preseason, but I feel like the New England Patriots are back to form. Like, now with Cam Newton in there on offense, it definitely wasn't it. But when Mac Jones came in, it looked like they had some fluidity on the offense side of the ball, and that was something that we haven't seen since Cam Newton came into New England. It seemed like it was very forced when Cam Newton's in there. It seemed like it was very clunky. But when Mac Jones came in there, it seemed like somebody put some oil on that machine and just started running like it was supposed to. Now, he did miss some throws and everything, but that was just on the offense side of the ball. Defensively, they got their boy Dante Hightower back. They got Matt Judon there. We talked about him in the offseason video. This defense looks like to be something to be reckoned with. J.C. Jackson, like, oh, Lord. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how New England goes into this season, but I think realistically, New England's getting back to form, and especially if that offense can show up and show out like it has. And that's really all I had for you guys. My defensive rookie of the week, I'm going to have to go with Surtain. I thought I had another guy, but I can't think of him right now, and I didn't write his name down because I'm useless sometimes. But my offensive rookie of the guy is definitely AJ Rose for the Minnesota Vikings. Him or Stevenson, Stevenson, I think it was Ronald Stevenson for the New England Patriots, who also had like 100 and something yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. It was ridiculous. Like, the running backs this week showed up and showed out, especially the rookie running back. So that's really interesting as well. And then, like I said, Surtain on the defense side of the ball, just because he's a top 10 pick. I try to talk about the other guys. I like to talk about the other guys, but that pick 6 by Surtain was just, it was beautiful. It was perfection. Like, it really was. And so, like, I think that's where we have to go for right now. Hopefully, I'm going to keep my eyes out for some more guys. If you guys had some defense or offensive rookies that stood out to you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And like I said, it's only preseason, but football is back, and I'm excited. If you're not a footballologist yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button today. Become a footballologist, and stay safe, football fans.